Hi loves, welcome to today's studio session. And this time I'm painting an appetizing ice cream bar with watercolors. In this video you'll see the full process of painting alongside the reference photo. You'll see how I layer and use other techniques in order to make that cracked chocolate appetizing as well as that melting ice cream texture. Today I am using Rosa Gallery watercolor paints, Potentate 100% cotton watercolor paper, and Escoda brushes. I leave all of the names and brands in the description box. The reference photo is from Unsplash and I leave the link as well. If you would like to paint this ice cream with me in real time, with the initial sketch, color mixing breakdowns, and full narration, this lesson is available on my Patreon page. I leave the link as well. Now, the ice cream is a perfect subject for summer. No wonder this reference picture drew my attention. Plus, I liked simple and balanced composition without any complicated backgrounds. And the various textures drew my attention as well. I was curious how to paint those matte cracked chocolate pieces. Plus, that slightly melted ice cream is an interesting thing to paint as well. I think that cracked chocolate and melting ice cream is a very painterly subject, so I was curious to paint that. Plus, this whole subject is perfect for watercolor layering, and I wanted to paint with those beautiful chocolate color mixes. So, as usually, I start with my base layers. At first, I am laying down the base layer for the ice cream, and now I am working on the chocolate bits. I want to build my values gradually. I am adding no details and textures at this first layer. I want to make the chocolate my focal point, therefore the ice cream will be the supporting subject. This means that most details and textures I'm gonna be adding onto the chocolate, but it doesn't mean that I leave out the ice cream completely. I'll still add the volume, some of highlights and textures. Now I'm lifting up some of the paints to make the areas a little bit lighter. This is a great technique to make those soft light areas. Now I'm going for the next layer and adding darker areas. I'm using pretty dark mixes here, but I need to keep in mind that watercolor will be a little bit lighter when it's dry. One of the common mistakes that beginners make is avoid dark values, and their art ends up looking not contrast enough. That's why I'm not afraid to add deeper values. Plus, this is even not my deepest shade that I'll be using here. So now I'm keep working on adding values, leaving out the lighter areas and darkening the shaded ones. And now that my previous layer is dry, I am mixing my darkest tones. I can see from my reference picture that the light is coming from top right, which means the darkest areas will be on the left. I am not afraid to mix deep dark chocolate color and add to the deepest areas I can see on my reference picture. I am looking closely at the photo and looking at the position of the chocolate parts. I look at which areas catch more light and which areas are in the shade. At this stage, I am also adding some of little cracked chocolate bits and pieces, slowly adding those details. It is time to add the base layer for the wooden stick. And when it's dry, I am wetting my background. This can help me to spread the background color more evenly. The background on the reference picture is white, but I want to give this painting a little bit of dimension. That's why I am picking golden brownish color and spreading it not evenly. I am adding the thicker mixture at the top and diluting it while going down the painting. This will help create the feel of the atmosphere in the painting and not just plain background. Now I feel like I need to add a little bit of warmth to my chocolate color. And this is the amazing thing why I love watercolor. This is so easy to do. I am mixing very warm chocolate color and going over all of the chocolate areas wet on dry. This calls glazing, and this is an amazing instrument if you are a watercolor artist. It's like you're putting a colored glass on top of your painting or add a filter. It is that easy and that effective. Now I like how the chocolate is turning out, but I feel like I need to work a little bit more on the ice cream. That's why I am grabbing my brush for details, because the areas of the ice cream are small, but I still need to add those values there. And now it's time to add those textures and highlights to the chocolate. And I am using white gouache for this. I am using various amounts of water to reach different thicknesses of gouache. And now I feel that my painting is done, and the only thing that's left is to sign the work. I really love how this painting is turned out. First of all, I like the composition. Simple but eye-catching. The ice cream is the main hero of this art. I love how that simple background adds to the composition, plus the colors of the background and the ice cream are very harmonious. The main focal point of the painting is the chocolate bits, and I think they turned out great. You can clearly see the lightest and darkest areas, you can see the textures and highlighted edges. I love how melted ice cream is turned out. You can see those sticky melting drips. It is not overworked and on its place. Plus, I really enjoyed painting an ice cream in this hot summer day. And you can paint it too. Join me and my students on my Patreon page and check out the real-time version of this lesson. The link will be in the description box. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye for now.